right on my chest. Shit, return. Fuck You Mean podcast, episode 2, Super Bowl prediction. Go Buffs.
Go Buffs.
Good share for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in the middle of a podcast, yo. I'll come down and pick one up for you. You want this right here? You want your cigarette? Yeah. Take a victory lap. Take a victory lap. Lap. Episode 2. We got a lot to talk about today, as far as league wise, and you got the NFL football Super Bowl ready to kick off. Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots.
The fuck you mean?
The last time they played in the Super Bowl, wasn't that the pick on in the end zone?
Yeah,
Buddy jumped that
that's
shit out of
probably
there.
that's probably the dumbest play call in Super Bowl history, man. Got Beast Mode, who pretty much a guaranteed score from 5 yards in if you give him the ball on the 1 yard line with the Patriots on the ropes. It wasn't even 40 seconds left, a minute left.
Nah, it wasn't a lot of time left. They run the ball, score there. That shit's over. They go back to back Super Bowls.
And won a fucking RPO big play. I get it. You know they was playing a run, but still got beast mode back there. And it wasn't like it wasn't fourth down. It was like what, second and goal?
Yeah, nah, that was weird though, because it was almost like, was they trying to make Russell Wilson like the
Well,
headline and not beast mode? I'm confused. Like, why
the
wouldn't
the
he?
conspiracy theorists are saying that's what it is. I just think they was trying to be cute. And they probably was like, hey, they know we're going to run the ball. Second, remember the first down, Marshawn Lynch took it to like the 1 yard line. Remember first down, he had like a 4 or 5 yard run. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
And then second down, they ran it. So maybe just the coordinator got too cute. And the interesting thing was, all week in practice, Malcolm Butler was getting beat on that in practice. He got beat a few times, but
Right.
Bill Belichick, as a tactician as he is, he was like, yo, if this come, and he got beat a couple times in practice, seen the formation and just jumped that shit. Game over.
Now let me
Like,
ask you this:
go ahead.
was that Bill Belichick being Bill Belichick in the way he prepared his football team, or did Spygate have something to do with that?
Nah,
Being prepared for that
this was
play.
at the Spygate, so he was already exposed unless he had
Uh,
another way.
oh,
He was
okay.
already exposed by 2014. Yeah, he was already exposed by then about the Spygate shit. So what I'm thinking is he just film preparation.
Yeah, dotting your I's and crossing your T's because they
Yeah,
like.
and I think people don't forget. Yeah, it's preparation, but Michael Butler still got to catch it.
Mm-hmm,
So if he don't catch it, it go to third down. Now they got 2 more downs. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Like if he don't catch it, he had to make the play. So I think it was both preparation and execution because Michael Butler don't pick that shit off. It's still third and goal for the 1 yard line, and that because I think wasn't they down like 4? Like a field goal wouldn't have tied it up. Like wasn't it something wild? Like they was down 4 or 5.
Let me ask you this: they wasn't. I think Seattle was down and Ray scored to win
Yeah,
it.
Seattle was down, and then remember they had that funny catch where it kind of like rolled on, like Russell Wilson put up, and a boy like caught it, but it was like funny how he caught it. Like it wasn't a clear catch. He kind of like rolled over and caught it.
Yeah,
If
yeah, I
you
remember
remember,
that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, he kind of rolled over and caught it, and then Marshawn Lynch took it down to like the 1 yard, 1.5 yard line, and it was second down.
yeah. And instead of running that shit, they decided to
And
get you.
the narrative come out. They didn't want Beast Mode because at that point in time, that'd have been probably Beast Mode's second touchdown, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. MVP of the game.
Yeah,
After he
yeah,
saying he
yeah.
don't want to talk to
That's
the
what they
media
said.
and
I
shit.
don't, I think in a moment, this is what I think. I think you play football. Um, sometimes play caller, you just overthink yourself, and I think they knew like the Patriots going to sell out because it's the Super Bowl,
Yep.
and if they score, it's game. It ain't enough time for Tom Brady to be Tom Brady, if that makes sense.
Right.
Not with the Legion of Boom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they was just like, look, we got 4 downs here. And what we gonna do is second down, we gonna see if we could, you know what I mean? We gonna see if we can catch them. They're gonna sell out, run commit, as we call it in the video game. They got too cute, and the Patriots was ready for it. And Russell Wilson, it's like an RPO, so RPO, and you kind of blind. Like either
Yeah.
you got you got like 1 second to
We
be
got
like
split
I'm
seconds
handing
to
it off
hand
or
it
throwing
off
it
and
quick.
throw the snap. Yep.
And I think Russell Wilson was at that point in time he was a robot. Because I'm gonna be honest, man. I think a few years later, Russell Wilson is checking out of that. Yo, man, we trying to win this game, bro.
That was
But I
about.
think
I
at
was
that
about
point
that.
in time, he was still on his rookie deal.
Yeah.
Just won the Super Bowl before.
Did that break the Seahawks though? Like, what was their run
Yeah, it
after
was
that?
over.
It
After
was
that was
over after
over.
that. They broke their run
It
after
was
that.
over after that because if Marshawn Lynch get it and fumble, you could lose like that. What do I mean? It's like, all right, well, fuck it. This is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Super Bowls, you know this, bro. You know you got a window. And Seattle could have been back-to-back champions. That defense was dominant. You know what I mean? Legion of Boom and Michael Bennett and Wagner, they was dominant. And you just don't. Now people want to get paid. Remember, people want to get
Yeah.
paid. Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, Marshawn. Like people wanted to get paid. Michael Bennett, Bobby. Like people wanted to get paid. So they had to strike while the iron was hot with a quarterback on a rookie deal. Russell Wilson was third round draft pick.
Yep.
He wasn't making that much.
Fourth round, I think.
Yeah, he wasn't making that much. So yeah, I think I don't think it was a conspiracy theorist because in that moment you ain't thinking about no Super Bowl MVP. Like in my mind, and I could be wrong. I think the coordinator just got too cute and Pete Carroll let him do it. You know what I mean? Because you ain't thinking they're gonna pick it off, bro. Like that ain't in your mind. Like
Nah, you definitely not thinking that though. But like Pete Carroll is a cover three genius and a run the football team. That's what they were. And you get down there and you don't do that.
yeah, that should have been 4 straight downs to Marshawn Lynch. If we don't get in, fuck it. We don't. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it was just one of those things because they had the Patriots dead to right. When a boy caught that catch and Marshawn Lynch took that first carry, it was over. Like they was like, all right, they're gonna give it to beast mode and he gonna score and shake everybody's hand and Super Bowl champ. And when he threw that fucking play, I was in my father-in-law kitchen. I was I was mad, and I'm not a Seahawks fan.
Right.
It didn't make sense. Like, why would you call that? Like, yeah, like that was just not what Marshawn Lynch back there. If it had a scat back, a Reggie Bush type running back there, all right. Not Marshawn Lynch. Not the nigga who not Beef Squeak, the nigga that made the
Made the
stadium.
whole stadium go crazy.
Not
Yeah,
him.
not him. Yeah,
Not Mr. Hold my dick. Nah.
yeah, not him. Motherfucking, not the guy that said, I'm just here not to get fined, boss.
Yeah.
To Dion,
And
not that
again,
guy.
the narrative feeds into that. Like, nah, they ain't want him to do it. They ain't want him to. I just think the fucking coordinator being cute, bro. I just think in his mindset, he was like, look, this the game. They're going to sell out on run. They know, right? We going to try to be cute here, and that's the game. And Russell Wilson was robot, got picked. And then the motherfucker ain't blocked either. Who was it? It wasn't Lockett. Who was it? And one Burleson.
What
Remember,
what
the
the person
nigga
that
ain't. It was a receiver ain't blocked.
ain't chip him?
Yeah, he just like he. I don't know if he brain froze or just thought it was going to be a touchdown,
Nah,
but
but
he ain't
Malcolm
blocked.
Butler sold out for that shit. Like he literally knew the play. Like so, right the fuck
Yeah,
out
but
for it.
remember, Michael Bella sold out, but the receiver ain't. He. I don't know if he was shot. Malcolm Butler knew that was coming. I don't know, but he didn't touch it.
Nah, he didn't. He ain't chip him or nothing. Cause that's a rub play. Like you supposed to like make the DB like have to go around you and shit. Malcolm Butler went around him before he even moved.
Yeah, he was just like frozen. Like maybe he had a brain fart. I don't know, man, but yeah, that was definitely that was one of them Super Bowls where you like, wow, that got away from him.
Yeah. And then you full circle to today's Super Bowl. You got Seattle Seahawks back in it, and the talk of both these teams is good defensive play and really good offensive play. I think like I'm not a betting man on games and all that, but this is a hard game to really pick a winner to. Like this can go either way with either one of the teams, and both of them doing it with like the Ravens defensive coordinator who took the head coaching job there, and in 2 seasons he gets them to a Super Bowl. That's crazy, right?
Yeah,
And then Vegas takes that same quarterback that looked like dog shit last year as a rookie and got him looking like the best quarterback in the league, and then that defense is special across the board. So it's like this should be a good
CIML.
game.
this matchup is not a sexy matchup. What do I mean? Like it's two teams that if you said the beginning of the season will be there, you'd be like, nah,
No, I
right?
never know. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You want the Eagles, Chiefs sort of,
And it would have
you
started.
know,
It would have started with the quarterback play because you would have never
yeah,
believed that Sam Darnold would get it done, and you
yeah.
didn't think the other quarterback was going to be that guy.
But it just go to show you, just like college football, man, and NIL and the parity that is creating that the NFL, it's really year to year. One year you could be dog shit, and the next year you could be, But I will say this before we, get on to the predictions and get into league business. If Sam Darnold win this game,
Hmm.
we gotta talk about this. The narrative change because like it's Sam Darnold. Get the fuck out of here, Sam Darnold, shit.
And
But
and
if he win this game,
because it's going to come down to this, like we're like when quarterbacks are coming out of college, right, and they getting picked, you get the teams that's always picking in the top of the draft, right, that don't never get it right, or you get the teams like, for example, like a New England Patriot team who was really good, right, and then all of a sudden they wasn't, and then they get to land a top quarterback out of the draft because of where they at in the draft, right? Like every so once in a while, you get a 49ers team that's picking 2 or 3, or a New England Patriots team that's picking that high, right? That can get their franchise quarterback. Those teams usually are good enough for a rookie quarterback to be good within the first 2 or 3 seasons before their rookie contract is over. But then you get the Jets, right, who always picking their lately the Raiders, motherfucking Cleveland Browns. You get those type of guys. Is that the wireless control battery? Oh yeah. You get those type of teams that pick and they don't get it right with no quarterback. Like just think about how many quarterbacks that are now backups in the NFL that were, top picks for those teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a few, and I think everything has to mesh together. It got to be the system. It also got to be the quarterback, because you know this some dogs that if they had the right coaching, the right philosophy, you
Uh-huh.
know what I mean, they'll be the next thing, and it's really a lot of people careers have
Or
been short
has been
because they
dictated.
haven't been in the right. They've been picked by a terrible organization.
Like I
The management was bad. The owner was a bad owner.
yeah,
Um, like I'm gonna just be honest, man. Like it's a shame because you see what the Philadelphia Eagles is doing, and it
right.
seemed like Howie Roseman he got to go. Yo, you could get Miles Garrett, go. You could get
Yeah,
Saquon Barkley, go. You
yeah,
could get AJ Brown, go. Like like that support from management. You know what I'm saying? Like it's some teams that you be like, yo, why you go make this trade? Why you nah, man.
yeah.
Like I don't know, man. I'm a Cowboys fan, and it's like the Cowboys is worried about the circus more than the production of the circus. If that makes sense, like
Because
they just want the
it's
circus to be the circus
it's
and
hard to
not.
change. It's hard to change Jerry
Uh,
Jones' mindset, right? Like people stuck in their ways, and he was able to win with the circus, but he had the right coaches to do it, right? Like he had Jimmy Johnson that helped him get them Super Bowls back then, right? But then like the other bull come in, Barry Switzer or whatever the fuck his name was, I can't remember back all the way back
but he
then.
already had the team
But
though. It was
exactly,
built. He
he
had
had
to
the
do
team
nothing but
already
just
built.
don't fuck it up.
Yeah, but Jerry thought that it was his work that made that happen. He didn't realize that how good of a coach Jimmy Johnson actually was to get those guys to get to where they got to that fast. And he's been chasing that ever since. And you can't make it about the dollar signs and the brand and the star is the biggest brand in the football and not really put the right shit around it to be able to make it work, to make it do what it's supposed to do.
I mean, you look at the teams that's successful, man, and they built Seattle this year. What did they do? They went and got DeMarcus Lawrence from Dallas,
From Dallas,
right?
yeah.
They went and got Sam Darnold and free. People forget Sam Darnold and Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson looked a whole lot better last year than Sam Darnold.
Yeah, he
I'm
did.
just saying,
Hmm.
right? And
Yeah, he
you see the
did.
New England Patriots. They pretty much added, top 5 pick. They got a tackle. Drake May year 2, but they went and got Stephon Diggs, who people thought was done, but he
Yeah.
still sure got guys in the tank. They went and got Milton Williams, right, and
Uh-huh.
paired him with other boy in the middle. Now that pass rush up the middle is potent, and then they drafted Christian Gonzalez a couple years. He's looking like he's going to be a Revis clone. You know what I mean? Like
Uh-huh.
it's teams that the Patriots was butt last year. But if you
Hmm.
look at it, 75% of their team was there last year. A good 65% of their team was there last year.
And you added
So
the
what's
right
the difference?
pieces.
Yeah, a few, you know what I mean? New coaching, new swag, and now look. So yeah, I just think the NFL is a lot of parity. Um, I don't know if we're gonna see a run like the Chiefs had. Um, the Eagles,
The Eagles
they
close
could
to
get
being
back,
that.
but I don't know what's going on. AJ Brown, it seemed like he's a cancer in the locker room,
Hmm.
or that could just be the media, right? Like
And
I
I
don't
was just
know.
going to say, is it just the media or what? But like you saw it play out after their playoff game, that him and the coach were arguing and shit and all that dumb shit. But like you seen that storm brewing. Like at the end of the day, insiders get word. People talk to insiders. So like even when I follow the Cleveland Browns with the Shador shit, them insiders be knowing a lot of shit, and you can see it now that they don't have no connection to Todd Monken right now. So you could just listen how they spinning shit, how they talking because they don't have somebody in the building telling them every little thing they want them to know. Like right, like um. But I go back to Sam Darnold and shit. Like when he came out, one, he was young, bro. He was a young quarterback when he came out, and he didn't have that many years of starting at UCLA. I mean USC. And he go to the Jets, and he get washed out fast. And he didn't have a bad rookie year. I don't think. If I can't remember, I don't think he had a bad rookie year. But you go pair him with Minnesota, he does that, and then Minnesota looks at it like, well, we drafted a quarterback in the first round. That's the guy. So this guy can go. And then he goes to Seattle and look exactly how he looked in Minnesota, if not better. And now he playing for a Super Bowl. So did the draft people get it right? Like, cause we was calling him a bust, bro. Same thing with Zach Wilson, bust.
Yeah, I think
Justin
you just got
Fields,
some
bust.
organizations that just can't get right, man. Right? And
Matt Jones for New England, bust. Back up for San Fran and go out there and win games and shit
he
and
was
play and
looking
look
actually
good.
good for San
Yeah,
Fran. But
yeah.
look at the coach. You know what I'm saying? Like
hmm
Shanahan and you know what I mean? Like Brock Purdy was 6th round, some shit like that. Like
Yep. Seventh round,
he
last
had
pick.
man,
That's irrelevant.
he had the Niners fans talk about someone don't want Brock Purdy.
hmm
Hold on, Mac Jones? No, not the Patriots Mac Jones. That Bama Mac Jones?
That guy. Yep.
Yeah, so I think the coach. I mean, look at Trevor Lawrence this year, right?
Yep.
Um, that coach from Tampa Bay, what he did with Baker Mayfield, now
With
Bucks offense, and then he
Caleb
take it to
Caleb Williams.
Jacksonville.
Look at Caleb
Yeah,
Williams. After 1 year, they go get a whole new regime in the building, and the shit they put around him, man. Look what he did this year.
coaching matter, man.
But you
Y'all got
also
to stop
know,
hiring these bum ass coaches that
and
don't be knowing shit.
you also know this though too, Faulk, man. Football is one of the biggest copycat sports ever. Like so, like you gonna see it with Indiana, right? Like how Indiana won it and the things they saying how they won it and shit, right? And it's more like I think people we get into that. That was an old football team. They was experienced. Still, the coaching was all everything. Like them coordinators, all that shit lined up for them to do what they did. But people gonna take that blueprint. They gonna go get 3-star transfers and guys that really didn't have big names but was productive at the FCS level, Group of Five level, and then they gonna infuse them into their team because those guys gonna stick around to their fifth year, right? Like they being around because they want highly talented out of high school, and they building their careers, and then you put them on the same team. And next thing you know, you got a veteran team playing, mistake-free football and doing all the little things right, which gets you
Right.
to the playoffs. I think the NFL is going to look at this New England Patriots team in the Super Bowl and the Seattle Seahawks team in the Super Bowl, and you're going to see that model being taken by a whole bunch of other football teams, right? Like because I mean, Dion said it the best. Some of these teams we know what's under the hood. Like I wouldn't let Shador or Travis play for some of these football teams because we know what's under the hood. Like they don't want to win. They don't want to. They don't want to win ball games. Like
Or they just don't. They exactly. They've never done it or experienced. So they get in their own way, man. But I mean, we're gonna see, man. Let's get to the prediction, man. So we can get the league business.
all right, who you got in this Seattle Seahawks Patriots rematch in the Super Bowl? Vrabel or
I really
McDowell?
like Seattle. I really like Seattle. As just a team. I don't mean no disrespect. I just got to show me tonight. I just can't pick a team with Sam Darnold as the QB. I'm gonna go with Drake May in North Carolina, and I'm rocking with the Patriots and Variable. Even though I'm a big Mike McDonald fan, man, he'll be a great coach in this league. Um, but yeah, I just Sam Darnold got it. He'll have a fan tonight if he go out and ball out, but it's just Sam Darnold. It's like even when let's
Even
be
with the
real, even
season he
when Baker
having,
Mayfield be shit, right? Even
it's,
when Baker Mayfield be shit, you still like
it's Baker
I know he got
Mayfield.
it in him. I know he got them 4 or 5 picks in him where he going what shit the bed like,
Yeah.
and it's sad because everybody should get a chance to change the narrative of the story.
He is getting a
Shout
chance,
out to
right?
Sam
Tonight.
Darnold because he
He's getting
has,
that chance
Baker
tonight.
Mayfield has too, but I got to see it when the lights are bright. So I'm going for that reason. I'm going with the Patriots, man. Should be a good game. My prediction is 27-21.
All right, so I'm looking at this two ways, right? Like I'm really don't. I like McDonald because he's coming from the Ravens. So like I want to root there, and I want to say they're going to win this shit. But then the storyline of the New England Patriots, right? Like it's almost like the Cowboys in the '90s, right? You got polarizing head coach and and like a, I want to call him arrogant, or it's me, look at me too owner. Well, Bill Belichick is, you can't write this Patriot story without talking about Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. But Robert Kraft, they had a falling out with him and Belichick. He wins the Super Bowl tonight. He does it without Belichick and Brady. Do you think that? You think that storyline is something there? Like, I think it's something there right there, right? Like, as the owner
Um,
of the New England Patriots, like, your run and dynasty started with Belichick and then Tom Brady, and now you're
that, that's
back
a
in the
that's a
Super
that's
Bowl.
a good point. And if this was Jerry Jones, I'll be like, you're right. But Robert Kraft, man, he not. I don't. I think he wanted Tom Brady to stay. Bill Belichick was like, nah, and that's where they had it out. And then when Tom Brady went and had success in Tampa, Robert Kraft like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
Hmm.
I'm trusting you. Like, we just had to get a team around it, and Bill Belichick ain't give him a team. So, I don't think, again, if this was Jerry Jones, yeah, you're right. But Robert Kraft, he going to think, man. I don't know if he looking at it like that. Like, I'm gonna get one without Bill. Like the Brady one was important. The people were like, nah, Brady only won because it's better, right? Robert Kraft, I don't know if he's looking at it that way. He don't come off as that person like, you know, only spotlight he get is when he with Ruben Kraft and Meek Mill and Jay Z, shit with prison, and other than that, he be chilling, bro. He, you know what I'm saying? He like to go to the parlors and shit, but who don't? You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, I don't know. That's a good point though. But what's your prediction, man? You stalling, man. What's your prediction?
I got the Seahawks winning tonight, man.
Okay,
I think
okay.
the Seahawks gonna get it done, bro. I think they gonna get it done tonight. I think the Seahawks gonna win it. And I think it's gonna be a higher scoring game because we had a lot of, like, the championship games was kind of butt except for the Seahawks side of it. They score points,
Jared
bro.
Stidham. You thought the championship games was gonna be popping with Jared Stidham with the
Yeah,
quarterback?
yeah, but like the game before that, the game that the Patriots played before that, wasn't that a low scoring game?
Yeah, but you know what? One thing I will say is the AFC road to the playoffs. Even though the Patriots had a weak schedule, the road to the play in the AFC was all tough teams, man. The Chargers, they was out without 2-star O linemen, but tough team, right?
Hmm.
The Texans, you seen them all year. Like, I mean, them motherfuckers, boy.
You could
Will
say if the
Anderson and
quarterback showed up, then they playing in
yeah,
this game right
Will
now.
Anderson and what's baby name? From Minnesota, Daniel Hunter.
Yeah,
Them motherfuckers be hunting. Like them motherfuckers be hunting. But I
my
think
boy.
the Patriots and then the Broncos in Mile High in a snowstorm, even
Hmm.
with Jarrett Stidham, that still was a game. The Broncos ain't no slouches. They had one of the best corner in the game and locked down and one of the best because of it. Um, I think if the Broncos have both picks, it's a different outcome. But you know, um, but yeah, I mean, I see your point. I see that. What's the score? What's the final? What's the final?
I'm thinking something like 31-20, 31-20 or something like that. Like
Who
31-20
your Super
Seattle.
Bowl MVP?
Sam Darnold.
My Super Bowl MVP is going um Stevenson, the running back. Ramadre Stevenson.
Yeah, I
I
like.
think he will have a big day running the ball. And I think Stephon Diggs is going to have clutch catches on third down. He's going to have 3 to 4 drive continuing catches that's going to spark the team to points.
I think motherfucking Seattle Seahawks with all them slot receivers all over the place gonna go down there and win that game, and it's gonna be on Sam Darnold. But I do think Walker gonna have a big day. I see the running back having Kenneth Walker having 100 yards in this game and a touchdown, but I think Sam Darnold
Total,
catch.
or because he do it out the backfield catch it. Total,
Yeah,
or like receiving or rushing.
total of
Okay.
100 yards in a touchdown. I don't know how that touchdown gonna come, but I think Sam Darnold threw for about 250, 3 TDs in this game.
Sam Darnold.
And listen, he threw 3 tutties in this game for about 250, and then with that conversation going to be like Monday morning with Sam Darnold MVP.
I'm a post on my page, man. I'm a Sam Darnold fan, man. If he go do that, I'm gonna give him props, man, because I love a redemption story. But I just gotta see
Now,
it, man. My
now,
lights
now,
bright.
now, we also saw him throw about what game was that? The Niners game. They all both
Not
teams
a
were throwing
Rams.
picks. It was one of them games where he's throwing
Rams. These
pick after pick
motherfuckers
after
out there
pick.
donate. That motherfucker out there donations.
So then it come
But you
down
know
to
what?
defense
I ain't gonna lie.
too.
That Rams and Seattle game, man. That was an impressive game, man. Like that. I love that. Just like because both defenses is pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Defense is better. Rams, y'all got to tighten up in the offseason with defense. I don't know if y'all get Aaron Donald to come back. I don't know what the fuck y'all need to do, but y'all secondary needs some help, man. I need to figure some of that shit out. That shit was terrible.
I just look
Couple
at the
others that
Rams
need
like
to
this.
fix.
They still young on defense too, but their defense is going to be nasty if they stick together. I think next year you're going to see a different Rams defense, right? And then because a lot of them are going to be still on their rookie contract, but they got a really good defense in my opinion. But I do think secondary chop meat. They bring like a dog in that secondary over. I think it changes games. I think in the NFL, one player at a position of need can change everything. Because look what Will Campbell doing for the Patriots.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my prediction. I think it's gonna be like 31-20 Seattle Seahawks. You got a 24 what? 24-21 game?
I got it 27-21. New
27-21
England.
New England. Got you. All right, well that's our predictions for the Super Bowl
Get the
tonight.
league business, man.
We got a lot to talk about, but we don't have a lot to talk about. Like we got just a quick little league conversation right now because we in week
Let me
10
know when
right
you share
now.
that screen too.
We in week 10 right now, and week 10, the awards and all that stuff come up, the playoff tree come up, all that stuff start to pop up right now. But like before we get into that conversation, we've been talking about me and you off air, been talking about league energy right now, right? Like uh, amongst the league right now in this situation. So like I'm gonna start at the top 25 right now,
Okay.
Seattle by 7.
and we're gonna have a question with this, right? You got the Big 12 sitting at the top of the league right now, where like it was last year almost at the end around this time. Colorado, Notre Dame, Arizona State are 1, 2, and 3. We got a new riser coming in, right? A guy that lost one game himself and a 50-50 sim loss kept him out of the playoffs. And that's Coach T on this South Carolina team that got a big time game against number 6 Alabama tonight. They get that game in South Carolina. It's gonna be a late night game, but they get that game in South Carolina, which is gonna be huge. You see the national champs are back at it again, sitting here back to back champs, and they are at number 5. And they just went into Tennessee and hung 77 on them. So the conversation around the teams that's at the top of the league is like Alabama is back after not making the playoffs. They're sitting at 8-0 right now, and this is a statement game for Alabama when it comes down to the South Carolina Alabama game. We'll get back to it, but as I go down the list, then you look at North Carolina, one loss. They lost to a very hot, the number 12 team in the league, the Indiana Hoosiers. Coach T's younger brother, Tymon, got Indiana playing at a super high level right now. Tennessee loses their second game of the year and lose it big time, right? Like, do they drop out of the playoff conversation?
Did
At
they
not,
knock themselves out of the conversation?
yeah, losing 77 to like 20 or some shit like that. I forgot
Yeah,
what.
they definitely got some work in that game. You can't let even though they defended champs,
77-42.
yeah, at home, you can't let somebody put up almost 80 points. And you want to consider yourself a playoff contender. So I see them dropping it to at least 8 to 9 spots after this loss. Um, that's just a bad loss at home.
And then you got the Clemson Tigers, who 2 years ago played in a national championship and then missed the playoffs last year. Now they're playing. They're 7-2 right now. The good thing about them is they lost their games early. Right, they're sitting at 7-2, lost their games early. But then they got that big time rival matchup at the end of the year, South Carolina. They beat Florida State today. All right, now that's one of the hurdles they had to get over. They beat that. They beat them today. But South Carolina will be in the way of them being a playoff team or not being a playoff team for 2 years straight. What conversation are you having around your football program if you're Clemson? I mean, obviously
Clemson
you got
got
to
to,
take it one game at a time, but that's the
yeah,
game that's going to determine everything.
Clemson got to South Carolina, in my opinion. Even if they make it conference championship, two ways, Clemson can make the playoffs. Clemson needs the SEC to continue to beat up on each other,
Hmm.
right? Alabama, South Carolina, all these teams play, Tennessee, Auburn, LSU. You also need some upsets. They need Oklahoma to drop a couple. They need Alabama to drop a couple, because the top three teams, they're not going to play until conference championship. So somebody in the Big 12 have a free run, and they're not going to drop because they all don't play each other. Like only two of them going to conference championship.
And
The SEC,
I don't think that a loss to a team in that conference championship would knock them out of the playoffs because of how high they
yeah.
are.
But my point is Clemson needs as high as possible. So they
Right.
need to get up, the 5-6
South
range,
Carolina is in the
in my
driver's seat
opinion.
if he wins
And then the
versus
law,
Ghana.
if they lose to South Carolina, they might beat South Carolina, right?
And they played a
But
good game last
if
year.
they lose that game, then they still got the conference championship. They say, okay, we deserve to be in. Just like Duke. Remember, Duke last year was
Yeah,
like 15, and then they
yeah.
won the conference championship, and then they got. But
Yep.
if Clemson is 9, and then they lose South Carolina and they drop to like 17, 18, it's going to be tough to get back in that 12, man.
Right.
It's going to be tough.
And then you're looking at Indiana, and they have to finish out their schedule. They got one user game, and it's the crazy thing because right now it would be USC and Clemson. I mean Indiana playing in a conference championship right now, but they play each other week 12, right? 1 week before the season is over, they play each other week 12. So that's going to be a huge game for Indiana, right? That'll be his biggest test in the Big Ten thus
That's
far.
a must win for you.
Is that a must win for USC or
That's
it
a
is a
must win
must
for
win for
USC.
USC? Yes, sir.
If USC don't win that, Oregon ain't playing the conference championship.
Shit, crazy, right? Like we're not going to talk about Ohio State not being in the top 25 right now because they had a 50-50 and they lost. So like we're not going to talk about the fact that damn, we're Ohio State at or anything like that. Like they almost didn't.
Ohio State will be back. I have
Yeah,
faith in
yeah,
them. They'll be back.
yeah. They come in. He'll be all the way back,
They'll
bro.
be back.
I think if I'm him, I finish out the season, make sure I win that bowl game, keep everything in house, and you get yourself some time to
ESV
really
Tribe and
regather
Templum.
yourself and get yourself back into the mix of everything, right? So I think if I'm Ohio State, I'm taking this, finish out the regular season, win my bowl game, and then take this time to really reassess ourselves and get this team working over the off season and get them back to be able to make a run next season because I don't think they're written off. I think they all the way going to come back and they going to come back explosive, in my opinion. I just think they got the pieces over there to do it. So if I'm Ohio State, I would just take this as, you know what, this is some time I need to just get my shit together and really get myself back into thinking college football mode and video game mode and get myself back for this run to run the disc out. There. So, but Oregon 8-1, like you said, they're sitting at 8-1 right now, and they don't have a conference loss, I don't think at all, as well. So, like they're playing Penn State. This is a big game if Penn State play it, right? Oregon, Penn
They
State.
already beat Penn State.
He already
They
played
already
that
beat
game.
it. They already played it. Yeah. Beat the brakes off Penn State.
55. Oh my God. Did we make the right decision with the Oregon coach?
I think so.
And their only
I hate
loss is to you.
I hate to see them lose. I hate to see them lose. But I think they're going to get Oregon. Oregon being a 3-star is disrespectful. With
Yeah.
those resources, and I think they're going to get them back right. Like them being a 3-star, look at that shit. They start as a 5-star, at least 4.5-star program. Him to be a 3-star is disrespectful.
Very
Um,
disrespectful.
very disrespectful. So I think he's gonna get him back. He's gonna bring the O back to where they need to be.
And then when you start to look at it, when you look at the next teams in line that take us all the way down to the top 20, they all still got an opportunity for playoff berths, right? LSU, they got 2 losses in the conference. I think they're done when they come down to the conference championship game. But if they can win some of these big games down the stretch, that puts them right back in the mix. Because they got a schedule where they're going to be playing top dogs, right? Like, think about it.
They
Come off the
gotta win
Ole
that
Miss game.
Oklahoma.
They got
They gotta win. Gotta beat South Carolina, Oklahoma.
they got to win both those games.
Think so?
LSU done.
They got to win both those games. Because look, if LSU at 15 could beat the number 4 team in the nation and the number 5 team in the nation, that puts them right back in playoff conversation.
I think they gotta go for the other people to beat.
He's done.
You think they what?
I think they need to go 1.
Hi, bro.
2-1. What up, young Dev? How
3
you
and
doing?
1. They need to go.
3-1.
They need to win 3 out of 4 games.
They already beat Ole
I will
Miss.
shake out. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think they could lose to South Carolina, right? And I think that'll
I'm
drop
watching the
them.
Super
They got to be a
Bowl.
close loss though. They can't get blown out. If they get blown out, all off the team. But if it was a close loss, that might drop them. Now, some teams been lost already. And what I'm saying to you is LSU gonna move up. They're gonna move up this week. You got North Texas, Tulane, USC play, Oregon play. Bloom got blew. Since he got blew out, right?
So when you look at the top teams though, right now, obviously Tennessee at 8 going to drop a lot, right?
Got
But
Alabama and South
everybody else
Carolina.
won except for Alabama and South Carolina didn't play yet. So however that game goes, somebody going to drop.
There's North Texas and Tulane players.
They'll be out the way. They're going to be out the way. You ain't got to worry about them. They'll be out the way.
Florida lost. Georgia.
Florida lost to Georgia. Yep.
UCLA.
Florida not going to drop far because they only lost by 2, and that's their first conference loss right now. So I think, are they still in the mix in conference play? Not really, no, because there's still 3 teams undefeated over there.
UCLA, Duke, Texas. What I'm saying to you is, in my opinion, I think LSU with their strength for wins already beating the Arizona State team. If they could go 3-1, I think that, and then again, if you go to SEC, it's a mad team that still play each other. Go to Mac's schedule. Mac still got
Everybody.
Auburn, Bama. Like, look at Bama's schedule. Like, they got some motherfuckers.
Max going to close the year with Bama. He got Bama, LSU on deck. Alabama, and South Carolina play everybody. Like, they all play each other, right? So South Carolina got Bama, LSU, and
They
then
got
Clemson.
Clemson there. Look, you still got. My point is, I think LSU positioned well, but they got to win one of them games against Oklahoma or South Carolina.
And I'm saying to you, I hear you, but I don't think they can go 2-1 or 3-1. I think they got to go undefeated to get back in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. UCLA in the Big Ten with 1 loss over there, 7-2 right now. I think they still in the mix as of right now too. Duke is Clemson and Duke all undefeated in conference play right now, and then you play Duke. He got to beat you.
Have a shot.
Yep.
Because he need to get in the conference championship.
Yep.
And if he loses, it's over for him. Might give him.
Texas got 2 conference losses, so conference championship won't be in the mix for them. And who they close their season out with? They played everybody, right? And he got all computer teams right now, but he got to deal with Georgia, and then it's all computer teams. So Corey can play spoiler in this situation and get themselves ranked back in the top 25 as well. So I like this thing. Like, it ain't like where it feel like is a lot of downness, because a lot of the guys that keep the chat chipping aren't winning ball games right now, so they're not really talking right now. I do think when I look at this top 25, I would not count Arizona State out of anything right now. I think they are in a prime position, because you got to think about it. None of us play each other, and then none of us got any more user games left, right? So then it comes down to who's going to be in quarterfinals, or who got to play in the regular season. First round of the playoffs out of us 3 teams over here, and then it comes down to where you at seeding wise and who you play. So like I would keep an eye on Arizona State. South Carolina control their own destiny. Oklahoma and Alabama control their own destiny. You control your own destiny, right? And then Clemson, in a sense, control his own destiny down the stretch. Like so, everybody got games to play that can keep them in it or out of it, right? And that's going to be the storyline. We got 3 weeks of football left, regular season wise, to figure out who's going to the CCs or who's going to be in the playoff right now. But when you look at the bracket right now, Faulk, you're looking at teams like uh, USC and Oklahoma playing at that 12-5 spot. Clemson and Tennessee, we know Tennessee about to drop out of it. Tulane and Alabama, North Texas and North Carolina. We do know only one of them group of 5 teams will be in the playoffs. So that'll be another spot for another user to get in. So then in the quarterfinals right now, you got South Carolina, Colorado, Arizona State, and Notre Dame. And one of those 3 teams from the Big 12 going to play each other in a championship game, which will either.
Unfortunately, how it is going to be, out of those 3, 2 are going to top 4, in my opinion, unless they do. You was in the top 4 last year, right?
Nah, yeah. I was like 2, and then I fell to 4, not playing a game.
Yeah. So whoever is the odd person out, basically will get a bye because they don't got to play, and then the other 2 going to take each other out, and then somebody going to be the ones, and it's the other person is going to be probably the 5th, depending on how the game go, 5th through the 8th seed possibly.
And I'm gonna say this: the winner of the South Carolina Alabama matchup might knock them into quarterfinals number 1.
Yeah.
Because of strength of schedule. So it's a lot that's going to happen down the stretch right now with these playoffs right now. So
I mean, strength of schedule. Would you argue it should be the SEC should have 3 teams up there?
I think so. I think even a one loss. I think even a one loss SEC team should still be looking at that quarterfinal. I don't think the Big 12 should have 3 teams sitting in the quarterfinals right now. I think it should be an SEC team.
I think it's how y'all played last year, and then this year, y'all won y'all non-scheduled games, and y'all, sometimes you gotta lose to move up, or you know what I mean.
Yep, and the teams that lost early, like Arizona State lost early to LSU, and Notre Dame lost early to U. Right. But I think you moving back up the pool too. Like, think about it like this. Like, can you went out, do you jump Notre Dame no matter what? If Notre Dame don't play in the championship and just sitting there, you beat them head up. Do they put you back over top of them?
If I went out, I should be in the top 4.
Quarterfinals,
because the way the SEC will beat up on each other, and then that Clemson South Carolina game at the end is just positioning me. I just gotta win. If I win, I'm good.
You gotta beat Duke and then win conference championship.
Good.
There we go. Now you start looking at Heisman watch right now. We'll go to awards watch list first, and we'll take a look at who's all on the awards list. So Maxwell and Walter Camp is the same award, pretty much. But LaDainian Tomlinson, man, talk about him for a second, before we go down this list. With LT2 giving you this season, because you had to ride you had to ride his back this year, and it seemed like he ain't just giving you good running, he's also a great receiver out the backfield, with 1,000 yards as a receiver plus 2,200 yards already in the week 10. I mean, we got three ball games left, right? Can you break Alex Johnson Jr. Single season rushing record?
We'll see. I mean, we gotta have a deep playoff run. I'm talking about like for the semifinals. That makes sense. Semifinal, national championship to even be in consideration is still about 1,300 yards away. But the name says it all. It's his daddy's son. And
starting like my daddy.
He been watching the film with dad. He had the best coaching. From a guy who did purpose like a Marshall Faulk. Now you're seeing it on the field, man, and he's us. He's carried us on his back, and to not only utilize him, but to get other opponents to say, "Yo, that nigga a dog." Man. Like other people have said, he a dog. So I don't gotta promote him. Just letting his work speak for itself, and he's hungry. He's hungry for a championship. So for
Arizona
sure.
State's running back Alex Johnson Jr. rushed for 3,440 yards in one regular season. And that's the mark you chasing to be able to be in the all-time record books for most rushing yards in a single season. Um, so that's where he's at right now. And not only is he leading the Maxwell and the Walter Camp Award, that means he's in that Heisman conversation as well. Julian Lewis is next up on this list at quarterback, and he's thrown for 56, 61, 81 completion percentage, 62 touchdowns, 11 pass and interceptions, 60 carries for 600 yards, and 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. He got the go going right now. DeAndre Moore. Now I will say this: they played USC. Juju had a really good game on the ground, but wasn't able to throw the ball in that game at all. DeAndre Moore was held to under 50 yards receiving in that game after being over 200 a game all year. So um, that's something that we're looking forward to trying to fix and make sure that we can be explosive no matter who we play, no matter what they do defensively. But that USC team's solid as fuck, and they do a lot of good things right defensively. KJ Spiller, we saw him explode on the scene last year. I'm gonna say he having a down year, but I would think it's a better year, if that makes sense. The numbers ain't how it was last year, but I do think he's a better player for them right now. He's more explosive, and he can do anything from anywhere on the field. My question is, we saw a five-star quarterback that started as a redshirt freshman, young, and now they got to remember they brought two quarterbacks in that same class. They're playing Kemp this year. How much does that play into the fact of where they are right now on the
I,
season right
I,
now?
I think Clemson. If you look at the numbers, if you look what the numbers used to be, I think they're really trying to develop their passing game
Yeah,
and be confident there.
they showed you that through the recruiting that they looking to go into that realm. So that's what's up. I agree. I agree with you there. That's why I said, like, even though his numbers aren't better than they was last year, I think he's still having a better season this year than last year because of it. And that's the transition they trying to make. I think that's why they switched quarterbacks. And I think that's why the numbers aren't as spectacular as they was last year. They don't need him to do as much as he did last year for them to be successful. Brendan Barnes, man, the athlete turned running from running back to quarterback, and he's 2,683 yards passing, 26 touchdowns, 12 picks, but he almost 1,000-yard rusher right now, which we all expected as a pure runner. Is number 5 on this list. We got a defensive player sitting on the list with 32 sacks, 63 tackle for losses, and Braxton Rain, who is the all-time sack leader in college football. He led the league 2 years in a row in sacks, and looks like he'll finish his third season with sacks, leading the league in sacks. Braylon Mayfield gets the start. They started off early playing both quarterbacks, and I think they've settled in on Braylon. Mayfield is back at Oklahoma right now. Faulk, how do you feel about that? 41 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 76%, 4,063 passing yards, and it seemed like he got the offense down packed with the Joe Brady offense because he's starting to look like all the rest of the quarterbacks that played for Oklahoma when they have success, right? Braylon went out there and put 77 up on a hot Tennessee team.
They getting he got him and it took him a little bit. Up and downs. They had some struggles against South Carolina. Still threw for a lot of yards, but picks. But bounced back this week with 77 on the board. Definitely going to be a player record with that team. The best team on the game.
Yes, sir. Colorado lost their running back to the transfer portal. Rage Tunsil goes to Notre Dame, and he's sitting on this list at number 8 with 1078, 22 touchdowns, 238 yards receiving. Emilio Honeycutt for USC, running back with 903 yards, 6 rushing touchdowns, 426 in the air. Jeremiah Stokely, Oklahoma's tight end from last year, we thought he was going to come back for Oklahoma and be the guy, but he's over there doing big work. Hold on. Let me make sure I ain't just say that wrong because I do remember that being. Yep, Oklahoma. I knew because he got him from that was Rob. Rob recruited him and then lost him the next year at Houston. And then Max Bennett with Foreign for 2 seasons, and he left again. So this is his third football team, and we got a tight end sitting in the Maxwell Award right now. So he's balling the fuck out. You know Notre Dame do really good with tight ends. D'Amato Pecco Jr., another defensive player for Colorado. Yeah, one guy with 32 sacks, the other one has 30 sacks. Faulk. Just think about this: 30 sacks, 53 tackle for losses, 5 fumbles from D'Amato Pecco Jr., and then Braxton Rain is sitting on 32 sacks, 63 tackle for losses, and 5 fumbles. Right? Like they not just getting to the quarterback; they knocking the ball out of the quarterback's hand when they get there.
Wow.
And then Drew May, 3,583 yards, 45 touchdowns. Do you think Drew May has finally figured out the system and the offense that you wanted to run? He's doing it now.
Yeah, I mean, having L2 the second helped too. But I mean, he had mean fires, so I just think he's very comfortable. He and his brother's shadow. His brother is playing in the Super Bowl tonight, and now he's coming up with his own identity, and it took him some time, but I don't think it's a better senior quarterback in the nation.
I agree. I agree. We knew it was only a matter of time before the relationship between the OC and a quarterback get their shit together. North Carolina produce quarterbacks, and they do a good job with their quarterback. So we like to see it. Now we're looking at the Cody of the Year right now. Deion Sanders at number one. We really don't usually get users to win these awards, but we do got 3 coaches that are users on this award. Deion at 1, Coach Faulk at 7, and Adrian Peterson is at 8 right now. And in my opinion, Adrian Peterson should be up there at the top and should already have won this award. Quarterback of the Year right now. This is presented to the Quarterback of the Year. You got Julian Lewis. Not going to go over the stats. Braylon Mayfield, Brendan Barnes, Drew May. All right, Benny Kemp is sitting at 5th right now. This kid is starting for the first time. He played all last year, but now he's the starter with 35-71, 27 touchdowns, only 9 interceptions, 73 completion percentage, 290 on the ground. Just the fact that, he not really running the ball with he's running with his quarterbacks, but it seemed like you said, he's more into trying to figure out that passing game over there. Because if he can unlock the passing game, you will not stop this offense. Because what he do with his quarterbacks running the ball is nuts. Tony Banks is one of the like you said, Drew May might be the best senior quarterback in the country, but then there's Tony Banks, right? I think the only thing kills Tony Banks is not being able to win the big games when needed, right? But 39-10, like this kid might be one of those guys that are talked about as who's going to be the number one quarterback off the board in this
Oh
year's
wow,
draft cycle.
Oklahoma on an award.
104 yards rushing as a pocket passer, though, but like he got 39-10, 9 interceptions, 79 completion percentage. Alabama's quarterback, Robert Hook, 3,392. This is a homegrown quarterback for Alabama. We usually see a transfer doing all the work for Alabama at quarterback, but now they got a homegrown guy. Is it a coincidence that they're having the best season in a long time and they're doing it with a guy that they groomed? No Diddy, that they grew up, that they
Yeah,
developed?
I mean, this is Alabama's success is not shocking given that, they always are innovative and follow the trends. And, they won with certain things, they won with the portal, but now they're saying the trend is homegrown and doing it. So,
DJ Wolf will transfer to Tennessee and now as a starter for Oregon is putting in work right now. He's 9 on this list along with James Mix, right? The new quarterback over there. True freshman. So we know what Corey can do with quarterbacks, but when this guy grow up, I think Georgia will be at their best. But he's going crazy. 37 touchdowns. They got 20 picks on the year, though. 310 yards rushing. We know what he did with his quarterback last year, running the ball and throwing the football. And then Emmanuel Hyatt, the senior, another senior quarterback for Indiana. I think some would say this is the reason why Indiana playing such good football. They got that Signetti way, right, where they got a bunch of unproven players, not 2-star, 3-star guys that have been in college football for 4 to 5 years, and now it's their time right now. So this kid only threw 3 interceptions on a year. This is probably the reason why they undefeated and winning ball games. 34 touchdowns, just only 3 interceptions. So shout out to the Hoosiers and their quarterback. The best defensive player award, Braxton Rain. D'Amato Pecco, we saw their stats already. Tyler Moore, D tackle with 23 sacks, 49 tackle for losses, and 3 fumbles. LJ Teller, he goes to Mike linebacker, Faulk, and you said this was the best move you made defensively, moving him from an edge rusher to the Mike right now with 24 tackles, 9 sacks, 6 interceptions, 5 deflected passes, and 27 tackle for losses right now. Is he the best defensive player on your team?
yes, yes.
Tamba Ali Jr., 23 sacks, 34 tackles for loss, 2 fumbles. Do not sleep on the young sophomore. Ezra Christensen for Colorado, the transfer from New Mexico, 11 sacks, 38 tackles for loss, 2 fumbles. And we're looking at Amari Anichuchua from Alabama, 28 tackles at will linebacker, 37 assisted, 5 sacks, 24 tackles for losses, and 8 games as a starter. How about Liana Lafau, the Texas transfer to Colorado, 27 tackles, 5 sacks, 2 interceptions at Mike linebacker, 25 tackles for losses. We got a lot of Mikes and Wills getting in that backfield, bro. Then you're looking at Truman Sharon, 3 interceptions, 3 pass deflected, 32 assisted tackles, 45 total tackles, 9 sacks, and 10 games started. Then you take this up down to Boo Carter, 6 picks, 9 deflected, 34 tackles on the season right now. And then Zach Kozier, the edge rusher, with 19, 28 tackles for losses, 21 total tackles, 3 fumbles on a Chuck Bernard Award. Bronco Nerdowski Award is the same award. Then we're looking at the Jim Thorpe Award, Boo Carter, Emery Floyd, Randon Fontenette, all Colorado. Then you're looking at TCU, Danielle Duvernay, Marco James for Notre Dame, and then Antoine Kilroy. Antoine got on the map against that Florida State team where he had 3 picks, 3 touchdowns, bro. And he hasn't looked back since then. 6 interceptions on the year, 4 passes deflected, and 5 games started. He only started 5 games, and he got 6 picks, and 3 of them went to the crib. He might even ran more back to the crib. One thing I'll tell you about Arizona State, they always gonna send a DB to the league, and they gonna have good numbers. They play really good D in their secondary. Tobias Sharp, TCU's cornerback, 5 interceptions on the year, 11 passes deflected. Nathan Mitchell, Colorado, we call him Crash Out Mitch. New Mexico transfer, 6 picks, 5 deflected, 21 tackles assisted, 12 total tackles for Colorado. And then Desmond Hardy, the 6'5" freak, 1 interception, the transfer from Sacramento State, 20 tackles, 5 passes deflected, 3 sacks as safety coming off the edge in the box. Dante Combs, just the guy y'all fought for, right? The transfer, 4 interceptions,
Yeah,
7 passes
I was on
deflected.
his heels.
Yeah, he
On his
balled
heels.
out. Landon Barrs, the linebacker slash safety, with 1 interception, 10 passes deflected right now, 2 sacks on the year. And then Jaquan Nunez for Texas Tech, 5 interceptions, 3 passes deflected.
Texas Tech, where you at, my boy?
The Doak Walk Award, it comes to the running backs. LaDainian Tomlinson, we know his numbers. Raves Tunsil for Notre Dame. KJ Spiller, we saw that. Emilio Honeycutt, we know that. Now, Calvin Tam is a true sophomore for Georgia, 750 yards, 14 touchdowns, 6 yards a carry. Andre Ragnow, Florida's backfield threat, 127 carries, 1129, 13 rushing touchdowns, 8 yards a carry, 320 yards receiving. You got TCU's running back on the mix. You got Texas Evan Sawyer balling with 1137 from out of that Wildcat, 22 touchdowns, 8 yards a pop, 126 yards. Nate Shepard is getting it done for Duke with 901 on his way to 1,000 yards, 7 yards per carry, 321 yards off the backfield. DeAndre Abraham for UCLA. He got 1,000 yards, 19 rushing touchdowns, 7 yards a pop. Willis McGahee Jr. for Miami, 778, 9 rushing touchdowns, 5 yards a pop, 423 out the backfield. And then there's Richard Young, the split back with the Kalian Teller, but he got 71 attempts for 1259, 17 yards a carry, 15 rushing touchdowns, only 62 yards receiving out of that backfield. The Blitnikoff Award, DeAndre Moore, 134 catches for Faulk on the year, week 10. 2,040 yards, 30 touchdowns. He got 1,179 yards after contact. 6 drops, though, out of 134 catches. That's not a problem, right?
And the volume is not, but still 6 drops for a
6
receiver.
drops for a receiver is big, right?
Yeah, but the volume of catches and targets, I would love to see how many times he's been targeted.
Man, he's the guy over there in the go-go. All right. We start looking at computer guys, and you look at Damian Faulk. Got your last name. He's shitting 59 catches as a senior, 1325, 12 touchdowns. He related to you? 549 after contact, only 3 drops on the year.
He might be a distant cousin from Georgia.
Mustard on the beat. Ian Mustard, 51 catches for LSU, 1,011, 14 touchdowns, 379 at the contact. We get down here to Brendan Jackson, the wide receiver junior, 42 catches for 1,008 for Oklahoma. Oklahoma said, what? Oklahoma players is up for awards. 12 receiving touchdowns, 85 was his long. Only 1 drop on the year, 429 yards at the contact. Zay Sadler, you said he's not his brother, but he liked that, though. 53 catches. He's not even the number 1 receiver on your team. 12
No, he
touchdowns,
not.
though, 436. He got 6 drops on 53 catches as well. Our guys got to hold on to the goddamn football. Because what you're not going to see is things like this. CD Jr. with 1,034. That's two receivers for Oklahoma over 1,000 yards with a young quarterback. 9 touchdowns, 3 drops, 433 yards after contact. And then you come down here to Alabama. He gets Percy Harvin Jr. to transfer from out of Washington, and he got 50 catches, 4,011 and 10 touchdowns. No drops on the year, 352 yards
Sure
after
is.
contact. The Lombardi, man, you go down this list and you got the same guys. I'm not going to say their names. You see them. Edger and Christensen on here, Zach Kozier and Devon Mentor. You got two edges, a right and a left edge coming off the edge screaming. Fuck. How that feel for you? Calvin Hennessy, red shirt, a true senior, 32 tackles, 14 sacks for Georgia, 25 tackles for loss. Santana Hopper's defensive tackle for Colorado, only 5 sacks, but 20 tackles for loss, 10 tackles, 10 total tackles. Willis McGinney Jr., USC, 9 sacks, 19 tackles, 24 tackles for loss. Jalen Houston Hay for Clemson, 9 sacks, 27 tackles, 17 tackles for loss. And then Auburn's Gabe Traggs, 13 sacks, 25 tackles for loss. Looking at the Golden Unitas Award, this goes to the senior quarterback of the year. Right now, Drew May is winning that. Tony Banks, D.G. Warfel, you got Shooter Dracoff for Nebraska, Emmanuel Howie. Then you got Denard Robinson Jr. for Michigan. They're going to use their guys on here. Look like who don't know who's going to bring this home. It looks like Drew May can get it, but we'll see. Edge rush of the year, same names. Not going to go through that all crazy because the bowl is on. Outland, best lineman, interior lineman, or just best? Yep, that's interior lineman. Sidney Crane, UCLA. He got 23 pancakes on the year, 492 down started. And got a bunch of guys names on here, but I'm gonna stay with the number one. Let's go to John Mackey, tight end, Jeremiah Stokely. He leads Oklahoma, and he looked like he ready to win this award hands down. Got a lot of guys on here. Manny Johnson, the dog, Cole Crawford. You got Juan Tarvez for Florida. You got Jackson Dollar, Colorado. Muhammad Eos, Alabama. TCU's Dwayne Connor. Oklahoma's Villeman Chick. He gets him from Oregon. He balling out. And then Manu Hardman for Michigan. Virginia Tech's Leon Freeman. Hudson Henry for Texas Tech. And then Gideon Dukes. LJ Teller, can you bring home your first Dick Buckets Award, Faulk? Alabama
It's
win.
gonna be tough.
Yeah, 'cause
Alabama on my heels.
Alabama win them shits constantly, bro. He on your heels. And Luana Lufau for Colorado is in third. So what we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, gonna be tough. This will be
So
my first defensive award ever. So
I just like the
I
fact
gotta
that
be
it's a
ready.
whole bunch of users got linebackers in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no computer team user. They get all the damn tackles. But you see the users on here. You got USC's Tremaine Sharon. You got Courtney Bean, the 5-star for Auburn. You also got John Udezi for Auburn. TCU's guy up there. USC got another guy up here. Then you got Ty Big Hill for Notre Dame, and then Kadarius Ramsey for Clemson, all in the mix right now. Remington Award, it goes to the best center. UCLA, Sidney Crane, whole bunch of users down the stretch. Like every last one of our users got the best centers in the league right now. Ohio State, Oklahoma, Oregon, North Carolina, Colorado's Demetrius Hunter. You got Florida's Nick Killings, Connor Adams from Arizona State, Dante Corn, Texas, Notre Dame's Bruce Rubin, Matt Hicks, Notre Dame. He got two centers shit. Virginia Tech's Broderick Biggums and Sidney Crane. All right, Jet Award. This goes to Return of the Year. KJ Spiller, Devin Meredith for Arizona State, Quentin Gibson for Colorado, Joe Caspazona, who won it last year, is still back on the list. Dakari McCringleberry still in the league. I thought he went to the league already. Alante Gashdosh, looking at Tristan Keys, Tennessee. Forrest Whitted, Oklahoma. Gabe Jenkins, USC. Ted Ginn Jr., Ohio State. Telvin Lindsay, Texas, and then Steven Figueroa, Auburn. All got, this is all users top 12 when it comes out of returns. Niggas walking shit this year. And then the Sean Alexander Award, James Mix, quarterback for Georgia. You're looking at Clemson's Keontae McLeod, their running back. Dwayne Connor, tight end for TCU. Torrey Holt, second receiver for Oregon. Deron Ola, or is that an O? Olete, yep, Penn State freshman receiver. You got Sidney Harvin. These are true freshmen. Harbner for Georgia. Come down to UCLA's Ben Hackett, true freshman. I like that though, Falk. We got a bunch of true freshmen on the list right now. Eric McNair at quarterback for Notre Dame. They let him play a little bit so he don't leave, go to the draft when they ask. You know how that shit go. that's your awards race right now. That's the playoff tree right now. This is a short show because the bowl is on. So, Faulk, any last words before we hop off this bitch?
Nah, shout out to everybody just keeping this league going and pumping and moving. It's gonna be a wild ride the last weeks, man. And if you're having a down season, just know you can always get back with the fundraising, the NIL packages, man. Don't get down on yourself, man. A league of champions, a league of people who figure it out, and we gonna all figure it out. Had down season, so shout out to y'all. Keep plugging away, and holla at y'all. Fuck
I,
you mean
fuck
Super
you.
Bowl edition.
I would say this: everybody that don't win a championship has lost, and you had a losing season. Simple as that. Everybody goes to win a national title. Now it varies. Some had good seasons and lost to get to a championship at some point, right? But there's only one winner at the end of each season, so you should better reset yourself because 31 out of 32 members got to reset themselves every year. Remember that. And we only got 4 different champions in this league, and we in season 9 right now. So a lot of us haven't touched that feeling yet. So reset, get yourself back together, figure it out, look at your roster, see what you need, and take care of business. And get yourself back into it. There's always another season until it's not. But that being said, fuck y'all mean, we out here. I think I'm gonna get that Super Bowl. I think my prediction is gonna be right. We gonna see though. I think I got it right. What channel that shit on?